Hello there, I'm Taylor Fulmer,
And I'm Kayla Setnar.
hosting this week's edition of Between the Lines. Today, I'll be interviewing two members of the baseball team, Travis Kreitz and Brady McNabb. We also have a great halftime show tonight, I know since I'm in it, as we engage in learning how to swim.
Stay tuned for this week's top plays and countdown and catch what you missed on the weekend update.
Stay tuned for that and more on Between the Lines.
All right, guys, we got to get ready in 1 minute. Show is in 1 minute.
My hair
You look
get this mic
fantastic.
out of my way.
Hey. Yes, we got to get ready. We have to get ready. Fine. Come on. We have like a minute to go. Yeah, that was good. We can do that. Good work. Where's Glenn?
I don't know. I
Talk
called
to-
him twice.
Talk to
You
him.
are never on time. You need to be here.
I'm ready. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm with Outside Lawns. Can I ask you a few questions? What are you doing? Where are you going?
How's that look?
This should be okay. Thank you. Hey, are we ready? Here, guys.
We'll take 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, welcome back to the show. Today, I have two members from the KU baseball team here with me, Brady and Travis. Welcome to the show, guys. I'll have you introduce yourselves, starting with Brady.
My name is Brady McNabb. I'm a junior, and I'm a business major here at Kutztown.
All right, and Travis?
My name's Travis Kreitz. I'm an LSS major, and I'm a senior here at Kutztown.
Okay. Why did you guys choose KU, or what made the program interesting?
For me, I like the campus when I came to visit. It's close to home. And also just the baseball program. They've had a lot of success. I like the coach. Just seemed like a good fit for me when I came.
All right, and Travis?
Pretty much the same for me, too. It's only about 45 minutes from my hometown. And, I just like the campus in the area. And some of the previous players from my high school and some of my friends went here, so thought it would be a good fit.
Okay. Now, just to get some facts down, you have 5 NCAA Division II championship appearances, right? Okay.
Yep.
And you guys are the 2014 PSAC champions for the 7th time in program history.
Yep.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure you did very well based on that performance. But today, you were supposed to play a game against Lincoln, and it was canceled. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Why was it canceled?
I think because of weather. Their field was unplayable because of the snow and stuff like that.
Okay, wow. I'm glad we didn't get any snow here at Kutztown.
Yeah.
Okay. And are they in the division or not?
No, that would not be a conference game against Lincoln.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter whether you play or not.
Well, not for the conference, no.
Just for the
Yeah.
conference. Just making sure. And your next game is against Westchester on Friday, and we're supposed to get snow on Friday.
Yeah.
How would that affect you guys?
If it gets canceled, we'll probably end up having to play our conference games during the week.
Okay.
Then we'll have to play, more conference games in a week than we usually would. So it's going to affect our pitching a little bit, but I think we'll be all right.
Does it just affect pitching, or if you're playing more games during the week, wouldn't that tire the rest of your fielders?
I think it would, but the pitchers would probably suffer the most from it. But definitely everybody overall would probably be more tired.
All right. Earlier, the season just started. You're currently 9-3, so you have a good record so far. And earlier in the season, before it even started, right? Correct? In North Carolina? You guys went to North Carolina this year?
Yeah.
Okay. March 7th through the 11th, you did very well, winning 8 games. What was the experience like?
It was nice going down there. It was warm, nice to get out of the cold weather, back on the field again. Everyone played really well and played well as a team, and we won because of that.
Okay. Brady, any more thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Playing in the warm weather was definitely nice, and that was the first time we were able to get outside all year, just with the snow and everything. So it was just nice being outside and finally getting on a baseball field again, and everybody did play really well.
Awesome. Did you guys practice before that? How would you?
We would be practicing, but in the field house, so we had never
Okay.
been outside.
Okay. I would not want to play baseball outside. First of all, if there's snow on the ground and there's a white baseball, how would you even find a baseball? That should be a sport in itself, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, that's a challenge right there. And, of course, you would rather play in warm weather. Is it a difference between spring and summer?
For me, yeah, I'd rather play in the heat. I'd play in 100 before I played in 60 any day. But it's just, I think just in the cold, it's a little more uncomfortable, harder to stay focused sometimes just with that on your mind. But
Yeah, I agree with Brady. It's hard to stay loose the whole time, like during the game when it's colder out. Obviously, in the summertime, you know, you warm up and you stay loose for the whole day, so it's not as hard.
And unfortunately, unlike the pros, you don't play any summer games, right?
Right.
Right. That's sad.
yeah.
You guys should take a trip to Florida someday.
We're working on
Maybe
it.
that's where
Would love to.
championships will be. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, like I said before, you guys are 9-3 this season. You guys are having a good time, I believe. What are you guys focused on, or are there any rivals this season? Close rivals?
I would say Millersville.
Millersville.
We got into, I mean, we were pretty heated last year. For some reason, we just don't get along with them. We ended up beating them in the PSAC championship game, and that kind of fueled the fire a little bit. But
That might be why.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Millersville, anybody else? Westchester's coming up. Are they a big deal to you guys?
I mean, every game we would play in conference, I would think, is a big deal just because every game means so much. But as far as like the rivalry goes, I think Millersville would definitely be the top of that list.
Okay. You guys said before your majors, Travis, you're sports management,
yeah.
and Brady, you are in business management. Do you guys plan on continuing on baseball after you're done?
I mean, if there's an opportunity to play after college, I mean, I would love that. But if not, I would like to get into some kind of coaching. I'm coaching a 13-year-old team this summer.
Wow.
So kind of use it as a stepping stone, maybe get into high school or college eventually. I would like to do something like that.
Using that degree to good use.
Yeah.
And Brady, any plans for baseball? You're in business.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'll see what happens when I get further down the road. But I'd maybe like to coach someday. But I'd also like to own my own business one day.
Okay, that's a good. You could do both. I
Yeah.
mean, what about both?
I would love to do both. Yeah.
All right. You got to make time for yourself, man.
Yeah.
Other things? Any baseball idols? What is your favorite team?
My favorite team's the Phillies.
I like the Philadelphia Phillies, but I'm also a Seattle Mariners fan.
All right, it's nice in Seattle.
Yeah.
Although it's very rainy up there.
Yeah.
So I assume like baseball, kind of slippery and muddy and dirty. But I guess that's like good in itself. Is it? You guys still play rainy days, right? Like that's not a problem.
As long as the field's playable, yeah.
So it's like too muddy and your foot gets stuck. It's like
Yeah, then they'll-
quicksand. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, that could be another sport opportunity.
Yeah.
That's That's like extreme baseball.
Yeah.
And how's your coach?
I like Coach Bloom a lot. I think he's a player's manager. He's laid back, which I like, and just lets us go out there and play with no pressure on us.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Brady, and you know he circles or uses everyone. He puts people in the right positions for them to succeed. So he kind of knows everyone's strengths and weaknesses that they have.
And for the rest of the season, you're mainly in Pennsylvania and Delaware, right?
Yeah.
Do you wish you were down in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. I would be too.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for today's show. Catch us again next week where we'll have more guests. See you soon.
It's on us to stop being a bystander to the problem of sexual assault.
It's on us
To stop a sexual assault any way we can.
It's on us
to change the way we talk about women.
Take reports of sexual assault seriously.
To look out for someone that has had too much to drink.
It's on us, the Golden Bear community,
To stop sexual assault.
I took the pledge, and you can too, at itsonus.org.
Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to this edition of Outside the Lines.
Here we are at the Student Recreation Center, where we asked questions about the men's basketball team and the Golden Bears baseball and softball teams. Thank you for being here today, Matt. I was wondering how you feel about the men's basketball team's victory over Shippensburg this past weekend.
That's awesome. I just love seeing our Kutztown sports doing really well.
I thought it was good for morale for the university. Good win. Players seemed to work as a team, and overall, we were more fit, so we won.
I hope they win. I'd like to see them continue to advance, so I think they got a shot to go the next round, I guess.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. They struggled a little bit last year. They got a young team, they're pretty good, so I think they got a lot of good guys. I think they'll win.
I mean, it was a great win. I'm a part of being a part of Kutztown, and it's time to go to Westchester on Tuesday and win.
Today we are joined by two fine gentlemen of the Golden Bears baseball team, and with the season just about to start, what do you expect to come out of this season?
I think we're going to have a good run at it again this year, and I think we should be successful again.
I think we just got to protect the ring that we won last year. We're going to have a lot of people gunning for our heads now because we won the whole thing last year, so we just got to play up to how everyone else is going to play us.
With the Golden Bears baseball and softball teams beginning their seasons, what are your thoughts on how well they're going to do?
I think they could both have really good years. I hope they do just as well as our basketball team's doing. And every time they beat Shippensburg, it's a good thing.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of depends on the new recruits that they have.
Well, pretty much I expect us to go real far. I have a friend on the baseball team named Darian. Great guy, good pitcher, good catcher. So, I mean, with the talent we had, we can go far.
That wraps up this week's edition of Outside the Lines. Now back to you guys.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Josh.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Joel. And this is Halftime. Halftime's a show in which we play the different sports of Kutztown, and we bring on athletes to teach us how to play. Because as we found out in our last few episodes, we're not very good at these sports at all.
No, we're not. So this week we got Suzanne and Caitlin from the women's swim team to help us out.
How's it going, guys?
Good,
how are you?
Hello.
So if you don't mind, if we could just ask a few questions. First question, how long have you guys been swimming for?
I've been swimming since I was 5, so it's been 14 years. And I've been swimming since I was 6, so it's like 13 years.
Okay, what's your best swimming stroke then?
I'm a backstroker. I swim breaststroke and IM, and basically what IM is, it's 2 laps of every stroke.
And what would you guys say is the best memory of Kutztown here at swim team?
Definitely our training trip to Florida every winter.
That's a lot of fun. It sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of training. Yeah, we have 2 2-hour practices a day, but between that we just get to hang out on the beach and just hang out as a team. It's a lot of fun.
I would love to be on the beach instead of in the winter.
Yeah.
All right. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to swim the 2 types of strokes that they're best at, and then we're going to time ourselves and see who has the best time. And we also got some underwater cameras to get some cool shots.
Well, basically the breaststroke, what you're going to do, the way I always taught my little kids how to do it was, you start out with your arms out front, and then you want to scoop the bowl of ice cream, eat it, and then pray from it. So basically you want to go, and you pull yourself up, then you put your head down.
Backstroke, you're going to be laying on your back, floating. You want to kind of move your arms so like this, and you're going to kick your feet. So it's pretty much easy. Okay. It's easier than the breaststroke. Yeah.
I'm the host of Between the Lines, and I'm the best there ever is.
Yeah, there is.
I feel so graceful.
Mark, go.
What?
48-40.
beating.
Yeah. Damn you! Finally. I told you wait till swimming. Well, Josh's reign of terror is finally over, but it doesn't matter because I lost.
I finally won one. I hate you both. Well, thank you for joining us this week on Halftime. Thank you to the swim team, and thank you guys for coming out and teaching us how to swim.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, what will happen next time? Will Taylor finally come back? Will Joel claim a second victory? Will Josh beat Joel? Find out.
From around the world to Schaefer Auditorium Stage, KU Presents brings you the best in music, dance, and performance. Broadway stars, legends in every musical style, and artists just on their way up, all are coming to Kutztown University this year. Come experience the excitement of live performance. Check our website, kutztownpresents.org, to see who's performing this season and get your tickets. See you at Schaefer.
Hi, my name is Bo Candelaria. I'm a business management and a part of the wrestling team. I have been wrestling for about 15 years now, maybe a little longer. When I started, I was, I believe, age 10. Growing up, I was always a part of multiple sports. I played football, baseball, basketball, and a lot of my cousins were a part of the wrestling team, so I decided to join the wrestling team, try to get involved in another sport. Little did I know I was actually really good at the sport, better than I was at baseball and football, which I've been doing my entire life. So I stuck with wrestling throughout junior high and high school, and finally got the opportunity to get recruited by Kutztown. I like the competitiveness, but also the reward and the feeling of winning everything by yourself. It's fun to be a part of a team sport and being out there with like your football players and your basketball players where everyone's doing everything together, competing together, and winning together. And for wrestling to be out there on the mat, to know that you did everything yourself is a big accomplishment. Getting prepared for wrestling is a very long process. It doesn't happen in one day. It's a lot of working out. I work out 2 to 3 times a day, every day, including weekends. I try to work out at least once or twice, whether it's lifting or running. And that starts back in September when we go ahead and do our 2-a-days every day. And that prepares me for the rest of the season, builds my body with conditioning and strength. And the way we say it is wrestling, it's a marathon. So it's a long season. Right now, we're towards the end of our season. We just qualified a couple of guys for nationals, and it starts in October and ends in March. So wrestling is one of the longest sports here at the university. So it doesn't take 1 week. You can't prepare in 1 week. My biggest inspiration is my father. He inspired me since I was young to always push myself, to always challenge myself. One of the things that he was big about was always give it your all, whether it's off the mat, on the mat. Make sure everything that you do is 100%. You never want any regrets. You never want any doubt. The what ifs, question, leave them all behind. And he inspired me to become the person I am today. He pushed me to become a wrestler. He pushed me to succeed in wrestling and academics. And yeah. My future in wrestling is where it's at now. I'm happy with what I've done. I would like to get a coaching job maybe in the next 5-10 years. Maybe like a high school position. I'm not really looking into a college coaching career because that's a lot of commitment. But I wouldn't mind coaching some high school wrestling and teaching some younger guys my ways.
Hi, welcome to Countdown. I'm Joel.
And I'm Josh.
And here we're going to take you through some of the top plays from our athletes here at KU. First up, we have Tynell Fortune, who fakes a layup but actually passes to Josh Johnson, who gets it in. Next, we have Jess Harvey, who passes to Jenly Biez, who then passes it to Josh Johnson for the goal. For women's basketball, we have Kelsey Watson, who passes to Advia Campbell, who gets a nice layup. At number 2, we have Natalia Lee running in for the basket. And finally, we have Kutztown Ziad Hudad, who won his second Division II wrestling title last week in St. Louis. Congratulations to Ziad. That's it for this week's countdown. We will see you all next week.
Hello there, KU. I'm Kayla Maslakevich.
And I'm Glenn Mann.
And this is the Weekend Update.
We have plenty of things to catch you guys up on, so let's get started.
Starting off with the men and women's track and field, both squads traveled to Edinburgh to participate in the PSAC Indoor Championships. The meet was split up into 2 days, and the men were 5th place at the end of the first day and finished 7th after the second day.
Moving to the women, the Golden Bears were also in 5th place after the first day, but ultimately finished 10th in the standings. With the season concluding, the Maroon and Gold will have a quick turnaround as their outdoor season begins almost immediately. They will be more than prepared after their intense training, as their first meet of the season is in 2 weeks at the 49er Classic, which is in Charlotte, North Carolina. But before this, we also have to let everyone know about our national qualifier on the men's side. Pole vaulter Lanny Buck represented KU at the National Indoor Championships. With his jump of 16 feet and 2.75 inches, Buck finished 12th in the nation.
Next up, we have wrestling. The Maroon and Gold had an impressive showing at the NCAA Super Region 1 Championships as they finished 3rd overall and finished with 4 national qualifiers.
The 4 Golden Bears who qualified for the national championships were Andre Petrosky, Bo Candelaria, Matt Martascio, and Ziad Haddad. They then traveled to St. Louis, Missouri this past weekend to fight in their respective weight classes for a national title.
The Maroon and Gold were great at nationals as they finished 14th out of 48 schools. Individually, they were even more impressive. Matt Martascio ended up 7th ranked wrestler in the nation at 157 pounds, and Ziad Haddad was the national champion of 285 for the second year in a row. Haddad also won the award of Most Dominant Wrestler of the Year in all of Division II wrestling to wrap up his tremendous career.
Now we move to bowling. This past weekend, the Golden Bears traveled to Altoona, Pennsylvania to compete in the 3rd NEC meet of the season and face 7 other schools.
The Maroon and Gold finished the meet with 2 wins and 5 defeats. The team then traveled to Stratford, New Jersey to compete in USBC sectionals. The team split the weekend with an even 3-3 record. This weekend, the Golden Bears will be competing in the NEC Championships, which will take place in Howell, New Jersey. And finally, we have the men and women basketball teams. The women's team had the first round of playoffs on their home court against Lock Haven. The Golden Bears picked up the victory against Lock Haven. Not only was the win impressive, but there was another impressive achievement, an individual player as well. Senior forward Advia Campbell picked up to her 1,000th point in her career after the second half of the victory. After taking care of business at home, the Golden Bears traveled to Bloomsburg earlier this week to face the top-seeded Huskies. Unfortunately, their playoff run was cut short as they lost to the Huskies 64-54.
Switching to the men, the Maroon and Gold also had their first round of the playoffs on their home court against Shippensburg University. They won this game by a large margin as the final score was 77-54. The next round of the playoffs was on the road against the Golden Rams of Westchester earlier last week, and the result was no different. The Golden Bears took Westchester to overtime and ultimately picked up the victory by a score of 90-79. With the win, the Golden Bears continued their playoff run to compete against Gannon University. Unfortunately, this is where KU's playoff run would end, as they suffered a 69-56 defeat. Gannon would ultimately end up going to win the PSAC title. This now concludes the men's basketball season.
That's all we have for you today.
Be sure to tune in next week for updates on our spring sports teams.
As always, I'm Kayla Maslakevich.
And I'm Glenn Mann.
Thanks for stopping by, KU.
That's it for today's show. We would like to thank Travis and Brady from the baseball team for stopping by today.
Catch us again on next week's show. We air Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7 and Friday at noon.
Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And remember, outside the lines, you only get the scores, but here between the lines, we get you in the locker room.
See you next week.